Today I'll be reviewing and comparing and contrasting the new Nameless Performance V-Brace to the OEM V-Brace. Will this very beautifully powder-coated single-point Nameless Performance item give any handling benefits and a reduction in the resonant humming noise? Let's get to it. All right, let's get to the unboxing. Made in the USA, very nice. Here are 4 bolts, 1, 2, 3, 4, so that's going to be for the 4 mounting locations, obviously in the engine bay. All right, sweet victory. Let's take a look. It's pretty nice. We can see here they've got welds, and what is most important about this piece in comparison to the OEM piece is right here. This is obviously a single point, but most importantly, the reason I'm testing this is because this is a cylinder that's going to attach, and my theory is, at least what I'm going to be testing, is noise resonance is more substantial with the OEM piece because this is flat here and it has just more surface area to absorb energy and the vibrations to make a loud noise. And obviously this has just one single point, and the fact that it's a cylinder, I'm hoping some sort of change happens. So let's get the other one out. Right, so there are rather, the two new bars. They feel lighter. Let's go ahead and do a test. Let's place this on. 1.092 pounds. Okay, so just over 1 pound. And now, for the new piece from Nameless, 0.951 pounds. So for those that are a bit anal retentive about weight savings, there you go, you're gonna shave a little bit. Let's do it in grams so that way you've got that measurement. 431 grams for the Nameless piece, and 495. So you're talking over 60 grams, and you multiply it by 2, so 120 grams. It's not going to make any kind of difference you feel, but hey, it shaves off a little weight. Let's go ahead and get outside and we'll throw these on, and then I'll do a resonant humming noise test and a handling test and see if I notice any difference between these two. Here we are out at the car, and as you can see, I've already have the factory V-braces removed. The mounting points right here on the actual shock tower, and then over buttoned up onto the firewall. Just going to show one of the real notable differences. As earlier mentioned, this is a cylinder shape as opposed to the flat on the OEM piece. And the actual mounting hardware, it's like an iceberg. There's a lot below. And this cylinder on the bottom, it just places in here and it goes over a single point. And it should have a very secure position, and I'm hoping not only will this at least maintain the handling of the OEM braces, but it could potentially increase handling and feedback. We'll see. But hopefully the way this is designed will have a reduction in that humming noise when we go over broken pavement. So let's go ahead and throw this on the car. Here we go. I'll tell you what, these things certainly look the part. It's a beautiful red, nice little pop of color into the engine bay. Not complaining about that whatsoever. Installation obviously extremely simple. That took about 2 minutes. And it's something interesting to note. It's the way those nuts are created, it's much easier to torque those down as opposed to the OEM hardware, which was basically plastic. I mean, these are very, very, very strong. And, you know, I questioned going from 2 points to 1 point, but the way this feels, I mean, ironclad. So I'm not super concerned about it, but we'll see how it handles. Let's get this thing out on the road and give it a test. All right, here we are on the test drive. So I have a roundabout right by my house, and this roundabout, it always just makes these V-bars just sing. At least the OEM ones, they sing, and then one of the exits off the roundabout goes to extremely choppy pavement, and that makes these things, it's like Madonna in like 1989. I tell you what, it's incredibly loud with the OEM bars. So let's go ahead and we'll get driving and see what it's like. Wow, that's really quiet. The handling's back. Hey! Hey, sweet! I don't hear any noise. That's remarkable. The roads are wet, so I have no idea if that makes a difference, but okay. We're gonna have to get this out on the highway route because that's a fantastic result. I didn't hear any loud pinging and banging, so let's get out onto the route that you saw if you watched my other V-brace video. It's on the H2, and it's just a catastrophe of a road as far as road quality. So stand by about 5 minutes. Well, for you guys it'll be a couple seconds, and we'll get this thing tested. All right, so right now I haven't quite hit the choppy portion. I'm on very, very smooth pavement, and there's a little bit of noise, but that's the same amount of noise as what I hear without any V-braces. As far as steering feel, I have that dense, very firm on center feel. It's back from when I removed the V-braces. I drove the car for about 3 days just to kind of like test it out. Noise reduction was great for that hum, but the handling, the steering, like, gets surprisingly like squishy and you know, nowhere near as firm. So interesting so far. Like I'm saying, this is very positive signs. We are now approaching the choppy part of the H2. Here we are. So far, so good. Okay. Maybe the slightest? I mean, I am on destroyed pavement right now. And if you can't hear anything through the mic, it's because there's nothing to hear. Oh, a little bit. About the same amount as no V-braces. A little bit. This pavement that I'm on right now, it's when construction workers get ready to repave a section, they kind of scrape off a top layer, and then you've got like thousands of lines that run this way with the car. Like, I mean, my goodness. Here comes a bridge. Let's see if we hear it. We're talking next to nothing here. Next to nothing. There are some differences in the test. My previous test, it was about 82 degrees ambient outside at noon, so the actual road surface, I'm sure, was much higher. It's probably close to 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Right now it's 72 degrees outside, and it's much earlier in the morning. As a bumpy part, but nothing. You got just a little bit of hollow noise. A little bit, but my goodness, it is, I mean, nothing compared to with those OEM braces. And now I've got these Nameless ones, and whatever it is, probably the fact that it's a cylinder type mounting point, and a single point at that, it is not bringing in that noise, and it's also not bringing in as much vibration and things into the steering wheel. Now my steering is still, like I mentioned earlier, it's back to that real firm, very responsive feel, like with the OEM bars, but without the bad part. So I think, at least as far as this test is concerned, it is definitive that these Nameless bars, they do the trick. I think we have at least cracked the code on a set of vbraces that won't ping, pop, and resonate like all crazy when you're on broken pavement. We did it. I will try to get the car out a little bit later when it's hot. It's an overcast kind of rainy day here in Wahiawa, Hawaii, but I'll try to get another test out and update it with the video if I don't clip something in, just to, like, before you run out and buy these, just let me do that last test, and I'll post it up in the comments or the section that I validated with the same external variables like temperature and things like that. But anyway, I'm excited. Very positive news. Hey, if you like what you see and you want to see other tests, I'm going to be doing a under the hood dynamat. I've got a new airbox going in to get some more fun intake noises, and a series of other road trips I'll be taking. So if you like what you see, please like and subscribe. And as always, drive on.